Welcome to part number 9 of my Imperator role playthrough as Carthage. We're at war with Egypt presently. We may have jumped the gun a bit, but we want to get the ball rolling along and see if we can take the temple here before Thrace may or may not stumble down from his territory onto our claim, which is what we're after, is the Temple of Artemis. The Egyptian fleet has sailed off. I'm going to drop this guy off, pick these guys up. Pick this mark up. We need to deal with this situation here. I think we can levyize him. Pretty sure we can do it. We have done it. It is 550. Egypt is fairly large, but we have a lot of really large merc stacks here. And I'm going to not give the war in any great detail. Probably head off to his capital, assault it with our fat stack, and then bring him back to Carthago, maybe hire another merc from somewhere, and then head here and try to create some adjacency to the Seleucid Empire so that we can proceed inland there down this slot. We encountered the Egyptian Navy randomly at sea while on our way to Alexandria. Defeated it. It must have retreated here. We landed here. It took to sea again, and now it's done. It's gone now. So he should have, I think, none. Yep. We've sacked Alexandria here as well. I'm not feeling particularly well, but we're going to carry on. As I think his forces are probably up here somewhere. Looks as though he's pieced out with Thrace. I see. He's taken quite a swath of Thracian territory, which is fine by me. Really, I think there's a wonder up here we could take from him. And in theory, that makes a follow-up war against Thrace considerably easier, as there's less of them to deal with. We've sacked Epidaurus here. We can sue him for peace, and will have us yet to encounter any meaningful resistance, just wandering around and looking for some action. There's this guy. We just stack wiped that entire army there, so he's not a problem. Looks as though another Taxus has showed up, 20 heavy infantry, not bad, but there's Massid's mercenaries here, full strength and ready for action. I'm going to get these levies off to safe territory here where they won't have to encounter that Taxus proper. We're going to occupy this capital and then maybe assault that. Looks as though he's hired a merc here. Let's see if we can relieve him of it. Boom. I'm not sure why. I'm not really even sure I believe it, but it says red. What is this guy? 20 heavy infantry and a 6. He must have... Well, he has the forest, is what we know. I'm dropping these levies here. We'll pick up these other levies and see if we can combine forces to deal with these guys. I stole another small merc. He sieged this capital and head down here as well. Had this merc assault that the fort in Memphis. He's headed down here as well, the one I stole from him just a moment ago. Here's the war as it stands. Let's see when it started. About a year in or thereabouts. Has some decent war score. There's some armies here. The question I have now is, well, it's not really a question at all. I'm going to change my stance from mercantile to bellicose. We'll get a 10% aggressive expansion and a 10% war score cost, as well as be able to fabricate claims much quicker. We're going to take a hit to our income. Exactly how much of a hit we're going to find out. But the theory, in a perfect world, you would do it right before you pieced out. But I know myself well enough to know that I'll probably... There's a fair chance that I'll just get to clicking buttons and forget to do it. So, we lost only 27, and we're much happier for it because we'll be able to take less aggressive expansion and lock in the 10% war score cost so we can take more Egyptian territory in this critical first war. Whatever the case is, this guy showed up. We're going to engage him in the plains where we have a 15% bonus. If this guy wants some, we'll be there for him. It looks as though that guy that had the positive combat odds here has showed up in the plains here. I suspect. Let's see what happens here. Uh-oh. He's good at what he does somehow. It looks as though we could perhaps pull it out, maybe. I think we've done it. Just barely. Uh-oh. We better get... our morale is returned. I wonder if we can get out of there. I'm going to load these levies up there and see if we can reinforce this effort. Looks as though we've successfully reinforced that, and that guy is soon to be done. The first levy of Upper Egypt is out on stealth detail here. He has yet to take anything. He must have wandered up from Thrace through here without taking anything, and now? Where is he going? I don't know. Another glorious victory here. I think he's out of manpower. Between the Thrace War and our follow-up, I'm sure he is. This unit has not recovered really much of anything, just sort of stumbling around. Our populist Democrat head of families are gone now, thank goodness, so our Senate should swing back in short order. There's that coastal bug that's triggered again. I want to take this wonder here, but I don't want to deal with a coastal bug, so I'm going to fix it by annexing a coastal territory. The same as here in Syria. I want to get adjacent to the Seleucids, but that coastal bug is a problem. There's an equitable arrangement for only 28 aggressive expansion. And we will take the money, surely. So what have we taken? We've taken the Eastern Delta, this. We're now adjacent to the Seleucid Empire. I want to get a claim on them. We have this Wonder, Pergamon. We have taken the Temple of Artemis as well. I'm going to swing down here to the Eastern Delta, pick up this Merc, and head up to Thrace, where we will almost immediately uh-oh. I don't think we have a claim any longer. We don't. Well, we'll just have to, we'll file one with our new bellicose stance. It should get done fairly quickly. We're going to use our newfound wealth to build temples and theaters in our new territories, as well as some temples in these wildly Hellenic territories that are not turning Canaanite anytime soon. So there's a lot of cities here that need temples, so that's probably where most, if not all, of the money will go. I'm going to dredge up some money, destroy tribal settlements and barracks. It looks as though the traditionalists want to raise the Temple of Jupiter, and I'll not argue with them. Well, I've taken a look at the board here. These mercs are in really sad shape. There are any given merc that I look at this one needs a complete reorganization. This one near complete. This one is just hopeless, really, to get any sort of near-term utility out of them. I'm going to move all of the mercs essentially to a new merc island here. We'll put them on Crete. And then hire some new ones from this area here, I believe. There are some decent-sized ones here. And while I'm doing that, that may be a bit overkill for Thrace in its present iteration. So I was thinking maybe we'll go for a longer war, as we have some AE to burn down, and maybe it'll be good for us to attack the Asian kingdom. We can take a lot of this territory here and sort of consolidate in Pella, or really whatnot. depending on what options or what we find happening in the war. But theoretically, I think we've got the war score to consolidate this area here. Maybe steal a couple of his vassals. Specific. Actually, here we go. Boom. We have a wonder here. We can take the Harlecarnassus mausoleum for 5% on integrated culture happiness. So that's the plan. I'm in no hurry, as we're going to burn down AE, and then the war will go on for some time. We'll burn down AE during the war as well. Keep our stability under control, which is now ticking slightly down, in no small thanks to the positive 0.08 tick from the Temple of Artemis. And well, some time has passed. We're on this island. We have quite a bit of aggressive expansion. I don't see any reason why I shouldn't move my fast-moving Laborians out here and pick up some levies for the effort in against the Asian kingdom. The more time passes without me having these mercs and being in the middle of a war, the more I'm able to build up these theaters and temples and such in regions that I just took, so as to stave off any loyalty crisis going forward. We also have a few innovations in the bank. I was thinking on at some point I'll probably want to build the Great Honored General's Wonders, so let's take that and lock that in. Have a claim here on Nabatea, Colchizian Revolt, Thrace, Seleucid Empire. I wonder if the Asian Kingdom is here, the Seleucid Empire is here. The problem is actually taking war score out of the Seleucid Empire. But he is at war off in this direction, and we don't have any territories about, at least of much consequence. So I wonder if we should call off our attack on the Asian Kingdom instead, go against the Seleucid Empire. It looks as though he's about to break into a civil war as well, which could make life easier. I was thinking with a fully intact Seleucid Empire like this, generally you can run into, shall we say, quite a few cohorts, considerably more than you might imagine, really. There seems to be some kind of revolt going on somewhere. I see. I think this merc will hire him and handle it. I have these two levies. I'm going to bring them back to the war. I'm going to take the 54 PI, surely. You know, I really don't want to tangle with the Seleucid Empire that looks like this. The Civil War is off. Until I get cohorts or the Marian reforms for Carthage. And put that revolt down here, annex the territory. I have no idea what that said. White peace was not the intent. I'm going to... well, just leave it be us. No, we're not white peace. I picked up another levy in Numidia. We're going to grab the Italic one as well. We had a change of government. We have a 15% build cost modifier, and most importantly, no Democrats in office at all, so far as I can tell, unless they've turned. So far, so good. Not a single one. Not a one. Managed to assemble quite a motley crew here. We're going to pick up, go to Barrow here, or Syracuse, and pick up this merc, as well as the Magna Graecian levy. Stop off and pick up this this unit. Drop a few here, there as well. Looks as though the Asian Kingdom is at war with Egypt. War goal is take Europa from Egypt. So imagine the Egyptians are going to be invading our would-be prize there. Well, we're going to take it anyway. I've dropped a couple of armies here. We're going to try to take this area, maybe quickly peace out or whatnot, and not really worry about any of this. I don't think we have the war score for it anyway. Let's carry on. Yeah, there's a lot of war score here and here, and I'm pretty sure if we took Cyprus and just an Aran territory or wherever, that's plenty for me. I'm going to drop a couple of troops here for this region, and then head up by boat to the capital and disembark, and then see what happens. 85-year-old Bodano wants a job. I'll give him one. Hopefully he doesn't die before he pays us. It looks as like his capital is here instead of where I had suspected it was, so I'm going to declare this war right now. Looks as though there's a fairly large stack here, a levy of Phrygia. He's giving it to the Egyptians. I figure we'd just sail over there and put it to him after we assault his capital. He's headed our way. We're going to port here and stick it to him. Taking his capital. Jerry Milky here, Bodana has given us 3,000 gold, essentially. Boom. We've dropped Halicarnassus by assault. We also stack-wiped a shambling army back. Where it was looking to refresh in this hex, but... Oh, look at that. Let's see. It's not a bad settlement. Oh, look at that. I think it includes Halicarnassus. Yep, it sure does. Halicarnassus. So that, I am 100% certain, is more than we would be able to take out of him with our meager 44 war score. Although, let's check. It is indeed more. So, I'll take him up on his offer. I'll take the money as well. And we'll take that money as well. I built out a bunch of temples and theaters. I plan to shuffle some pops about. I'm going to get this Honored Generals Tier 3 going. Logistics not bad. Supply limit. Once we get legions, that'll help somewhat. And then this one, just because it's there, let's do it. I think we're going to consolidate what can be consolidated and head up toward the Bosporan Kingdom, just because I want to take this territory out of the Bosporans before the Seleucids get at it. I don't think... Yeah, they're next to Thrace as well, aren't they? Maybe both. I'm going to take this chance to build up some aqueducts while we have our 15% oligarch discount. Our vassal, Baal Safan, has finally integrated. I'm going to take these characters as they're going to be primary culture and primary religion. Let's take a look at what he's left us with. A fair bit of Canaanite religion about, really. And more specifically, let's check the loyalties of any given province. 0.08 up there. 100% there. Say here, what do we have? 0.41 up. Good for us, good for us. So they all look to be generally in order. I think there are a couple of cities that he built. Let's get some theaters and a temple. And we'll get his former capital built up as well. We'll probably lose the granary, build a temple. Let's see about consolidating these pops and building some farms on all of these grain territories, and then using that for Carthago, which is now importing quite a bit of grain, really. 42 to be exact from various areas. And as I war with these guys, I just have to create the route again. I'm going to get it going internally. He was fairly diligent building farms and such. Any grain territory you see that doesn't have a farm going up on it, he had one there already. Our other vassal is not annexing for quite some time, a 590, 40 years out. He did quite a bit of conquest up here a couple of 10 or so years back. I'll take the money. I have a claim in Bithynia Inferioris. I'm going to declare war on Thrace immediately and stop the peacetime burn. I have a lot of mercs and levies in the area, so I figure I may as well. I'm not going to show much of this war, if any. It's going to be a slaughter. There's not much of him, really, and he's already at war. No, he's not, though, but there's just not much of him to see. Zolmoisha has joined up with the fray against Thrace as well. So he's looking to take Scythia, which would be right here. Luckily, we have some units in the area here. We'll go like that, and then we'll go here and assault the fort on his ally, and then annex it. Sue for peace early. Let's annex that early. Yeah, a little bit of back and forth. There's a nice tight peace agreement for 40 AE. I'm going to take it. And then I think attack the Bosporan Kingdom once we reorganize. By and large, made it back to friendly territory. We're reorganizing. We're sort of racing the clock. We still have some aggressive expansion impact. I wonder if I should declare war on the Colchian Revolt and get some aggressive expansion before I take the Bosporan Kingdom. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. Anyway, I'm going to take a 6 stability here, and then maybe a military tradition as well. Roman one that'll give us some innovations. Those extra innovations just hit. I rarely ever go down the left side of the top left of the oratory tree, but this is a aggressive expansion. 2.5% is nice. We can take this sort of on the way to where we're going. Claim fabrication speed and subject opinion. It's not bad, certainly. And then we get war score cost here, and more war score cost or more aggressive expansion impact. I'm going to take the aggressive expansion right now, and we'll pick this one up on the flip side. Stuff, theaters, temples, you name it. Have these guys headed over in this direction. These guys are reorganizing. I am indeed going to take out the Colchian Revolt before the Bosporan Kingdom. And that's about that. Well, well. Looks like the Asian Revolt just triggered. Perhaps we can redeploy elsewhere. Such as back to this area. And declare war on the Asian Revolt right now. Well, we're going to take a loss here, but we have more on the way. Our army here shattered, but I suspect quite strongly we'll be able to use the levy of Greece, as well as these 2 ships to secure our war goal. I landed these mercs just so we would get the war goals dealt with, or the Providence capital secured. We're going to drop an army here and head into Anatolia proper. And then we'll swing back and pick up one of these merc stacks and head off somewhere. I'm going to rush the fleet up here to pick up these levies and such that we're going to invade the Bosporan Kingdom. Maybe head here. Looks like our monument or a wonder is done now. Some morale, a supply limit, and army maintenance for mercs, as well as 10 stability. I am 100% certain we can go on, take some war score out of the Asian Revolt here, and then move on to the Bosporan Kingdom and Colchian Revolt as planned. We are taking some nice war score with those new modifiers. Very nice indeed. Whoops. I think there's no need to rush. Just a few more months, I think, can do it. This is essentially good enough. It's most of his territory and 37 AE. I'll take it. That was a huge boon for us. Rather than the Colchian Revolt, we were able to take out a huge swath of Macedonia, Anatolia, and Thracian legacy territory. And we can still go on to the Bosporan and etc. With that having been said, I think that's going to do it for this episode. Let's see, we have a... Yeah. Anyway, that'll do it. I hope to see you in the next one.